Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your new middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last stylebender, Adesanya. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there is no script, there is absolutely no plan. I have no idea what is about to come out of my mouth right now. I am beyond excited. I am about to lose my voice. I feel like I've hurt my ankle jumping up and down the whole entire place because what I just witnessed right now is absolutely insane. We have a new middleweight champion, ladies and gentlemen. He did it. He got it done. And the craziest part about this whole entire fight is everything was switched to me. While I was researching the fight before it happened and trying to figure out how each guy might end up finding success, for me, it was if Israel is going to find success, it's most likely going to be with the cross. Because like I talked about, Robert Whittaker has a tendency of keeping his lead arm low. So when you fire off that cross down the pipe, it tends to land. We saw him fall for that when he fought Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. We saw him get caught by that a few times by Court McGee. We also saw him get dropped by a very similar shot when he fought Yoel Romero the second time. And when it comes to Israel, you know, if he was going to get caught by a shot, if Robert Whittaker was going to find success with a shot, it was most likely going to be the left hook because we've seen him gain a lot of success with that left hook. We saw him have success with the left hook against Brad Tavares. It's a shot that he's very, very good at. But then as this fight started to happen, what I was noticing was it was switched. It was completely switched. Robert Whittaker was the one landing the cross, and then, of course, Jesus Christ, the way the fight ended was by a left hook by Israel Adesanya. It is just absolutely mind-blowing. So quickly, let me try to see if I can remember exactly what happened in this fight. The fight starts off, and immediately you see the distance these two guys are fighting at. They're fighting from like a kicking range. That's the preferred range of both guys. And even though Robert Whittaker tends to have the reach disadvantage versus his opponents, he loves fighting from that kicking range because he's very, very good at lunging in very quickly with his shots, and that is exactly what we saw when the fight started. He was lunging in and, closing the distance very, very quickly. Ridiculous amount of speed with his entry. But again, Israel, being the sniper he is, so proficient, so defensively sound, he was able to slide out the way repeatedly over and over and over again. And in close to the end of the first round, we saw him slip a shot and bang the right hook and caught Robert Whittaker clean, flooring him. That was the beginning of the end. You do not come back and recover from a shot like that. You do not come back. And round number two, it was something very similar. Robert Whittaker not really being able to find his way on the inside. You know, he wasn't really using feints to close the distance. Every time he enters that pocket, it's with something big, like a lunging hook, a lunging straight, a lunging jab. In the first round, we also noticed him attempt a few of those obliques, but again, Israel Adesanya shows all these fighters that are constantly complaining about the oblique kick. He shows you how to deal with it immediately. You simply bend the knee. You bend the knee and the oblique doesn't even come close. I believe Robert Whittaker probably landed that oblique once, but immediately Israel discouraged him from landing the oblique. You'll also notice, I believe it was in the second round, it was either round one or round number two. At one point, Robert went for the oblique. Israel bent the knee and came up the top with a lead Brazilian kick, a lead question mark kick, almost catching Robert Whittaker with the lead roundhouse. The fight goes on like this and keeps going on like this, and finally in round number two, a big exchange. The exchange, Israel eats a jab. I believe he follows up with a right hook and comes over the top with a short, clean, beautiful left hook right on the button, right on the chin, floors, sits down Robert Whittaker. He gets on top, pounds him out, and the fight is over, people. Unbelievable. At the very least, while I was thinking about this fight, I thought it would at least get to round number 5. I really thought it was going to be a longer fight. Both guys would kind of start slow and start to pick things up. And then, I mean, I was expecting this to be a war, but it was the complete opposite. It was a dominant performance by Israel. And once again, this man demonstrated that his fight IQ is off the charts. He came in there absolutely well prepared. He knew exactly what was coming. He knew exactly how to defend against it. And his movement, his ability to keep the feet moving, keep his head up the center line. I mean, the man was moving his head. Oh my God, dude. Words cannot describe how beyond proud and impressed and just overjoyed I am right now with Israel. This man, he debuted, was it last year? At the very most, he's been 2 years in the UFC right now, and he's already a champion. Incredible. And of course, when the fight was over, he called out Paulo Costa, which is a banging, dope fight. Polar opposites. One of them is a machine, a Terminator, and the other one is a sniper. And I'm very curious to see how these two guys actually matches up. I mean, I kind of have an idea of what might happen. Then again, who the hell knows, man? MMA is so crazy. You think you know what's going to happen? You think you can even make an educated guess. You think you can go watch footage, watch tape, and okay, so here's what these fighters have done in the past, and looking at what they've done in the past, I think they might do, you never freaking know. It is so crazy. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed because if I stay up right now, my brain is going to keep firing and I'm not going to be able to sleep. But massive congratulations to Israel. Oh my God. He did it. He did it. Stopped Robert Whittaker. Now, this is the second time now we've seen a dedicated striker, a pure dedicated striker, stop Robert Whittaker. The first time was Stephen Thompson. And a lot of you guys were saying, I mean, this happened years and years and years ago, but right now, there is clearly a hole in his game right now that he's going to need to figure out. He's going to need to figure out how to close the distance on pure technical strikers like Israel and Stephen Thompson. You can't, this whole lunging and stuff, he's going to need to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to close that distance, because I suspect he's going to end up fighting Israel again, and he's going to need to be a lot more prepared for that next fight. But man, that is it. Thank you for watching. I know I completely ramble. This is not the type of video that I usually make. I usually plan things out better, but you know, to make sense. And I know I'm sounding, and my phone is blowing up and everything's just going crazy. I'm gone. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about the fight, and I will see you guys later with a new one. As always, stay safe. Good night, people.